on, I think, 2 people.
Do we have quorum?
Yes, we have quorum.
And Commissioner Cottingham's not here. Okay.
Yeah, we're waiting on Commissioner Cottingham and Commissioner Mulvihill.
Perfect. Is Commissioner Thomas not coming tonight?
No, yep, we're also waiting on Commissioner Thomas. I forgot.
Hi, Brett. Hi, Andy. Hi, Steve.
Good afternoon.
Howdy.
What day is it? What time is it? Good morning. Yeah. Mhm.
We're all ready whenever you are. So, and Carol's coming in right now.
Awesome. I will.
By the way, this is Troy, our site supervisor for Kitchen on Court Street.
I see you. Sorry, I didn't say hi. Hi, I saw you there. I was like, there's Troy. Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see everyone.
Carol, you're going to make us dizzy. There you go.
Girl sideways.
Whoa.
And Juliana's joining us as well today.
Apologies. Let me see if I can get this to there. Is that better?
Looks good.
Are we ready,
All right.
Zach? Or do you want me to wait?
I'm ready whenever you are. We are still missing 2 commissioners, but we are technically ready to start.
All right, perfect. Well, I will now call to order the December 16th meeting of the Salem Historic Landmarks Commission. Will the recorder please take roll call?
Commissioner Cottingham,
Here.
Commissioner French,
Present.
Commissioner Fuller,
Here.
Commissioner Mulvihill, Commissioner Ponce,
Here.
Commissioner Schwartz,
Here, I am here. I promise, guys, I just can't do camera today. I'm sorry.
Commissioner Thomas is currently joining, so I'll call on him again in just a minute. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Here.
Okay. And both the missing commissioners are connecting to audio for just a moment. Patty, we're in the middle of roll call, so Commissioner Mulvihill.
Present.
And Commissioner Thomas.
Present.
Okay. And Commissioner Kurtman is absent excused. We have established quorum.
Awesome. Thank you, Zach. The commission will now hear testimony from the public concerning items not on the agenda. Is there anyone who signed up to speak?
We have not had anyone sign up for testimony today.
Perfect. We will then move to approving the October meeting minutes. May I please have a motion to approve minutes?
I'll move to approve the minute.
Second.
Commissioner Cottingham moved and Commissioner French seconded to approve the minutes. Are there any corrections? All right, hearing no corrections, all those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed, no. All right, we have approved the October minutes. As always, Zach, thank you for doing an awesome job capturing everything. So we have one public hearing tonight. So I will now open the public hearing for historic review case number HIS 21-28 for the property located at 466 Court Street Northeast. Would the recorder please read the hearing procedure statement into the record?
This is a public hearing to consider case number HIS 21-28 for property located at 466 Court Street Northeast. The criteria applicable to this hearing are listed in Salem Revised Code Chapter 230.050, Standards for New Constructions in Commercial Historic Districts. Failure to raise an issue prior to the close of the public hearing with statements or evidence sufficient to afford the Historic Landmarks Commission and the parties an opportunity to respond to the issue precludes appeal to the hearings officer on that issue. A similar failure to raise constitutional issues relating to proposed conditions of approval precludes an action for damages in circuit court. Prior to the conclusion of the hearing, any participant may request an opportunity to present additional evidence or testimony. The Historic Landmarks Commission will then either continue the public hearing or leave the record open for at least 7 days.
Perfect. I will now pass it to Kimberly for some late breaking news about this one.
Thank you. Kimberly Fitzgerald, Historic Preservation Officer for the City of Salem. The applicant has requested that the Landmarks Commission continue this hearing to Thursday, January 20th, 2022, because they would like to modify the scope of their project to include some additional signage. And so therefore, they also authorized the extension of the 120 days, an additional 60 days from March 24th, 2022 to May 24th, 2022, just for the record. So we now turn it over back to you, Tracy, for a motion.
Perfect. Yeah. Do I have a motion to, oh, I had it right in front of me, to continue the hearing for HIS 21-28 to the January 20th, 2022 HLC meeting?
This is Patty. So moved.
This is Andy. I'll second it.
Perfect. Commissioner Mulvihill moved and Commissioner Zimmerman seconded to continue the hearing for HIS 21-28 to the January 20th, 2022 HLC meeting. Any discussion? All right, awesome. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, no. Perfect. The motion passes. Thank you guys for joining tonight for a very quick one. We look forward to seeing you in January. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
then.
Bye.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Guys, we haven't had like any hearings this year. I feel like I'm not doing like my full job as chair. Okay, so with that, I don't see any action items on the calendar tonight. So we will just move into discussion items with the 2022 work plan.
I don't know why I muted myself. That's so funny. Hi, Kimberly again. So I'm going to share my screen, and I know that you all completely and totally remember doing this work as part of our historic preservation plan update. This was so that when it came time to do these annual work plans, it would be super easy in theory, hopefully. So you should have also received this in your packet, I hope. So we aren't going to adopt anything. This isn't an action item tonight, but I did want to like go over it. This is your opportunity to have discussion if you want to change anything, if you want to add anything, direct staff to look into anything different, then we can bring it back in January. So I'm just going to kind of go through them. I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to provide a big picture overview. So goal 1 is related to public outreach and education. And under that, our 2 actions are to continue celebrating Historic Preservation Month and continue our, we got to think of a new name. Now I'm saying this out loud. The photo contest. I had This Place Matters, but I feel like that's something we need to change, right? Change the name. And then we're also going to continue to work on our history talks and walking tours, even though Kelly's leaving, making sounds. But that's an action item. And then we're going to keep asking Andy to do a great job with our social media and also try to share a bit more information about our underrepresented communities and their history. We have an action under this related to coordinating homeowner forum meetings, which is something we haven't done before. So we'd be looking to work on that next year. And then I've kind of highlighted this this neighborhood one, because if you remember, the Highland neighborhood came to us in, gosh, when was that? September. So we'd want to talk more about precisely what that would look like. And then Steve knows that we've been working really hard with our enforcement subcommittee. He can talk more about that when it's time for sharing, but we want to do some implementation around that next year. We're going to still, of course, have our monthly HLC meetings. And part of what we're still trying to do, always at budget time, we're looking at maintaining what we have for the fees, but we also need to do some cost recovery. So still looking to explore other funding sources to offset the costs and give more financial support to historic property owners through our Toolbox Grant Fund, and trying just to get any more funding we can get to help increase the funding, because it's a real popular program, as Zach will tell you. And then last, under archaeology and cultural landscapes, we had a great meeting. I'll tell you more about it during the Historic Preservation Officer update with the Confederate Tribes of the Grand Ronde, with some, and looking forward to doing more with the Siletz and Warm Springs. And we're going to continue to celebrate Archaeology Month in October. And we still are going to continue having our monthly roundtables for archaeology. And there's one more page. We are doing a lot, you guys. And then I think, help me remember, I remember Carol doing a talk in April of last year. So we want to do, again, some things, maybe a bit more this year if we have capacity, around celebrating Landscape Architecture Month, and maybe look at offering another Cultural Landscape Award. And then the last two goals, we did establish our Historic Preservation Green Fund grant. We're going to hopefully continue to do that. And last, I think this is related probably to our Highland neighborhood work, is to maybe spotlight some key surveyed resources when we start working with them, and maybe get Andy to help us do that. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing and turn it over to Tracy again, if you guys want to have some discussion.
Perfect. Is there any discussion about the plan? And Kimberly, just really quick before we jump into it, we're not approving it tonight. We're just discussing.
You're just discussing it, and it's an opportunity if there's anything on that work plan that you like hate, or anything you're like, wait, I want to add one more thing because we're not doing enough. You can certainly add that. This is the time.
Perfect.
To add.
Awesome. Is there any discussion then? Thank you for the clarification. Commissioner French, I know she's going to add something.
Because she's leaving.
I'm
Hilarious.
a short timer. I'm going to just throw it out there. It came up that there's a thing that the Oregon Heritage Commission does, which is the Oregon Heritage Traditions. And I believe when we were doing some research, we found out that the Salem Soapbox Derby race has been going on for over 50 years in the same spot. And I just like to throw it out there that maybe that part of the survey and designation is designating Salem's first heritage tradition, other than the state fair. That's the only one we do have.
Awesome.
Are you
Thank
going
you,
to
Commissioner French.
draft that in your free time?
I will have free time now that I'm not on the commission. I could probably help you out a little bit.
Ooh, like it.
Awesome. Thank you, Commissioner French. Are there any other comments on the 2022 draft work plan? All right, perfect. Well, David and Juliana, I hope you guys paid close attention to what awaits you when you become full members in January. So perfect. Well, Kimberly, thank you for that great presentation. I don't have any comments. I guess I would just say, as we all kind of review it, let's just remember, our own capacity. I do love that Salem does a lot, and I think that's important, but, just to make sure we don't stretch ourselves too thin so we meet our goals, I think is important. I know Kimberly's very aware of that. But yeah, that's something I'll be tracking. I feel like I'm always such a Debbie Downer with that stuff. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Yeah, we got to be realistic.
Yeah.
I know. So next time, so you'll have an action item on this next time.
Perfect. Thank you again, Kimberly. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to the hard work that you and Zach put in to actually make the work plan. I think that's great. And I'm guessing a lot of HLCs cannot say the same. So again, we're really lucky to have you guys in the work you do.
Oh gosh, thank you.
Our next discussion item is the current work plan assignment, updates and check-in. Does anyone, should I just kind of go around the horn? Commissioner Ponce, any updates on the code stuff you've been working on? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry about that, folks. We've had 3 meetings. We had the last one just recently, last week, and it was good. We really, I think, consolidated our survey results. We've kind of prioritized them into three main goals with three subsections underneath that for action. And I don't think I will read them all to you, but we can share them. It's just extensive. We've got three main goals. We've got subsections underneath those. So 9 areas of focus for the year. I would say that probably the biggest, I'm new to the committee. So I'm looking at fresh from, a citizen homeowner standpoint. And I think that what I find refreshing and encouraging is that one of the key issues is that we're going to reach out to the associations, and maybe that's an in-person drop-in when it becomes available. That's a possibility. Certainly we'll attend by virtual if we requested or they request. We will make this information available. The flyer, development of a flyer, and help that packet be developed so that it's answering questions. And if it raises further questions, then that in person may just be interesting and a good way to share that information. So that's our goal for the next year.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much, Commissioner Ponce. I'm really impressed with what you've been able to do in less than a year on the commission, getting everything up. It sounds like getting great results and getting a plan to get out there. So I don't know how to clap on. Oh wait, here we go. So yeah, congratulations. I think this is great. I'm excited to see where this goes. So thank you.
You'll get a staff will be bringing an information report next month. So you'll get all the details.
Awesome. Thank you. Commissioner Thomas, your last meeting, do you have any updates on any of the kind of heritage tourism stuff that you were working on?
No, just that we did take about 100 of the Experience Salem pamphlets to the historical museum in Portland. We went there for to the Arlene Schnitzer Hall for an event and drop some of those off along with contact information. That's the one right there. So they have those in Portland, and stay in contact with Yvonne to, just continue the distribution of those as we need to. And then even though last meeting formally on the commission, be working with Kimberly as much as I can with this little project. So not going anywhere, just not formally on the commission. So.
Good. I think that means we can still task you to write newsletter articles. So
yes, Steve and I wrote a couple and excited to have those out there on energy efficiency and commercial and residential buildings. So
that's awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Commissioner Thomas. Let's see, Commissioner Zimmerman, anything on the social media front, the charge you've been taking you'd like to report?
Things are pretty much as usual. I've got a little bit more time now. My time kind of ebbs and flows with the kiddos after school activities and things, but I'm definitely looking for some more stuff to put out there this month. And once we get the newsletter all squared away, I'll be rearing to put that one out there as well.
Perfect. 2 subtle reminders that I have not written my winter newsletter thing yet, so I'll do that soon. Perfect. Thank you, Commissioner Zimmerman. Are there any other committee assignments or work plan things I'm forgetting? Apologies in advance. I'm not seeing anyone unmute themselves, so I see heads shaking. No, perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you guys again for all of your hard work. Speaking of newsletters, Zach, I'm going to pass it to you for spring assignments.
Great. So yeah, we're almost ready to go for the December newsletter. We're just missing one article. I won't say who, because you already said it. But and I think this month, typically in the winter newsletter, we send it as a physical mailer. But the articles that you've written this month are too large to include all of them in the physical mailer. So I think I'm going to do. I don't know exactly. I was either going to do snippets and say for the full article, go here, or do like one full article with more information to go on the website, and then send out all of the articles in the digital version, so that the people who have signed up to get the full thing, and then the people who are getting the printed thing get the required notice that goes with it, and also some fun stuff from the HLC. But so that's going well, and if Tracy gets me her article soon, we will have that go out next week is the plan, assuming the copy center can handle that. And turning to next year, I have actually I have a proposed theme for every issue next year already. So I'm going to run them by you real quick. I did this because I wanted to include them, the themes for the next issues in our current issues, so that if we did have anyone who wanted to contribute, because we had that discussion earlier, they know what the themes are and they can kind of fit into them. So my proposed theme for spring, assuming you all enjoy it, is events. I was hoping that we could talk about historical events. My inspiration, I'm not talking like the fair or like parties, or I guess parties would be fine, whatever. But like one-time events where the thing that I was thinking of is, you all know Kirsten, or most of you know Kirsten. Some of you did not work with Kirsten, but she was in my place before me. She loves Salem history. She's a local historian and works for planning. But she has told me a bunch of stories, like there was an execution outside of Boone's Treasury at some point. And just that's like a very interesting, weird bit of Salem history. We don't necessarily need to go to dark sides of execution and stuff, but I think it would be fun to learn about those like one-time things. They had erected a giant like 10-man over by the courts building, I think, that was supposed to encourage people to donate metal to the army in World War II and stuff like that, where I think it would just be interesting to dig up little nuggets of events from Salem history. That's my idea for spring, if you all like that. The summer issue, as usual, would be our historic photo contest, and we would spotlight the locations that the photos are taken at. And then for fall, I was hoping we could do underrepresented stories. So if we could pull any sort of history for some of the underrepresented voices in Salem, that would be wonderful. And then winter, I was thinking maybe a then and now, where we could look at locations or buildings and kind of do a comparison of what it was when it was first constructed and what it is now, or something like that. Are my proposed themes for next year, if you all would like that. If not, we can just work on spring and scrap the rest and do whatever you'd like. It is your newsletter after all.
Yeah, Zach, I think those all sound awesome. I think, yeah, let's do that. And if anyone does get an idea throughout the year, we can always be flexible, but I think, yeah, let's definitely plan on that so everyone can start thinking. Just quick reminder for, just everyone, the theme for this winter was energy efficiency, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So cool. Yeah, no, I think that sounds great. And yeah, everyone, if you want to be thinking about things, or if you had your own idea, we can definitely always talk about those more. So it sounds like our spring 2022 theme will be what again, Zach? Sorry.
Events, or just things that have happened in Salem. So less about places. I mean, it could be about the place, but a thing that happened there, not just the structure.
Perfect. Will everyone be thinking, do we want to do assignments for that in January?
I was thinking once the new commissioners have officially joined is when we would do assignments, but
perfect.
Figured I'd share it and everyone could do that. And then Patty has her hand up. I don't know if you can see her.
Yep, I guess. Okay. Commissioner Mulvihill. Thanks, Zach.
So one, Zach, I appreciate themes. I love themes. So kudos, super supportive of that. Second question is, I have been advised that we are resuming our travel schedule for the league. So for the first quarter, I'm already on the road about 18 days. Do you want me to tie in some, I know it's not Salem related, but travel articles of historic things or events that occur in other parts of the state? Is that something, will that tie in with your themes?
I think that would be great. I know that we got a lot of positive responses to the other one that you did. So regardless of the theme, I think that would be, people would enjoy that as a recurring segment.
Okay.
Based on the responses we got.
Okay, I've got some ideas for the first quarter then.
Cool, love that. Awesome. So one discussion item we did not have on the agenda is our holiday party. It sounds like everyone who responded to the poll is in favor of an in-person meeting. Zach sent out a Doodle poll to pick a good date for that. Kimberly or Zach, anything else we need to discuss?
Sorry, I keep opening the wrong thing, but I have the results of the Doodle poll. Not everyone has responded, but most people have. And so of the, am I counting right? Yeah, sorry, I keep looking at these numbers and they don't make sense to me, but that's because I keep forgetting things. So 7 commissioners responded. Of the 7 who responded, 5, which is the most that have agreed, is for next Wednesday. Commissioner Mulvihill said that they wouldn't be able to attend any of the possible dates. So so that's off the table. And then I haven't heard from Commissioner French or Commissioner Schwartz.
I just responded late probably, but that works for me.
I will be in Idaho, but go forth and party without me.
Oh, do it. Okay. So then my only follow-up question would be about whether we want to have food or drink. It makes things more complicated if we do, only because they have their own protocols. It's not terrible. You would just have to show your vaccination card. How would we do that? Email maybe, or bring it. And alternatively, we could not have food and drink and just stay masked the whole time and do like a white elephant gift exchange, whichever you guys prefer.
Are we doing it at the Pringle Creek place?
No, we're doing it at Deepwood, I should have said. And Juliana and David, did we even invite you? You can come if you're available. We should do an official welcome to David and Juliana. I don't know if we did that. I don't know if you want to do that, Tracy. I can give a little intro if you want, and then, or we can finish this discussion, whichever you prefer.
I was going to do it at the end.
Okay, do that. Yeah, I won't go off.
So it's at Deepwood, and they will be decorated in their Christmas.
Yeah, if you've never been, it's really cool.
Perfect. So I guess, are there any strong thoughts or feelings about this? Do we all want to just email Zach our preference and then he can let us know the majority, or do we want to discuss? Commissioner Fuller, you threw your hand up.
Oh, I was simply excited to have the possibility of hanging out and having some drinks with y'all. So I'll put in a public push out that I think it would be neat to get cards and to see your faces inside of the beauty of Deepwood. Okay. So cool. That's my opinion.
Perfect. Awesome. I guess if anyone does not feel comfortable with that, for whatever reason, if you want to email Zach, and then Zach, if you just want to let us know let's plan on, you guys, sorry, I won't be there. Let's plan on everyone bringing your card, or Zach, if you can provide some instruction, maybe with Tom, about how to get that information to you guys in a way that doesn't violate HIPAA or whatever the restrictions are. I don't know the rules.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, so if you guys want to work, let's plan on doing it in person, food and drink, proof of vaccination or whatever the requirement is for the city, for all of that. But if you are not comfortable with that, please don't hesitate to speak up, and just please email Zach or Kimberly, whoever you're comfortable with, and then we can always change it. So if that's okay.
Yeah, and then just 2 points. So it's a Deepwood policy, not a City of Salem stuff. So I'm confirming with Yvonne the dates tomorrow, and I'll ask her about that. And then the idea is it's a potluck. So we just said food and drink, but I didn't want people to assume that
we're not catering.
Magically appear.
BYO, whatever. Bring your own. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, guys, have fun without me. Please send like a selfie or something so I can pretend I'm there.
Totally.
Cool. Awesome. Well, with that, let's do the Historic Preservation Officer report. Then we'll do our farewells and introductions.
That sounds great. So I just have one thing to share. Last week, we had our first joint city council, mayor, and Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde Tribal Council. That's a mouthful meeting. And it went really well. Just really positive feedback about our archaeology program, about our communication, that our monthly roundtables that we have, all really good stuff. Both our council and the tribal council, I don't think were really aware of all the work that we had been doing. So not just like the day-to-day stuff, but also our public archaeology projects. So they were very excited to hear about all of it. So it was really good, really happy to be able to share that with them. So I just wanted to fill you guys in, very positive. And we're trying to plan already another one in February. So more to come on that. And that's really all I have other than happy holidays.
Awesome. Thank you, Kimberly, for that update. That's really great. And I'm really glad the city of Salem is being so proactive about tribal consultation and outreach for a variety of our projects. And hopefully that will extend beyond just archaeology in the future. So cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, we have a couple of faces that are going to be leaving us, but a couple of new faces joining. So I guess just take a moment to thank Commissioner French and Commissioner Thomas for many years served. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do more of a farewell thing on Wednesday, but we will miss you guys. I think Commissioner Thomas and I started about the same time, which is kind of fun. And Commissioner French, I think, was stepping into chair. No, were you? I can't remember. She was on it the whole time. She's not forever.
Probably like 2016, probably, I think.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for all of your service to the city. And Commissioner Thomas, you're joining a new commission, right? Or
I applied for the TOT board to kind of help with that cultural tourism thing that we kicked off over here. So I don't know, no word yet, but we'll see.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure you'll get it. Congratulations in advance. And Commissioner French, I heard, is just going to be like taking naps on Thursdays. So.
No, I'll still be on the board of the Association of Oregon Archaeologists that I
yeah.
And apparently I'm writing a nomination for a Oregon Heritage Tradition. So
yeah, you are.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys. And then kind of pre-welcome, but definitely want to thank Juliana and David both for applying to be on the commission. I know it's not official yet until January, but we're really excited. I apologize. So David, I know you've served on the HLC before, so it'll be great to have you back. Do you want to say a little something about yourself?
Sure. Well, it's a pleasure to be back. I really enjoyed my time on the commission. There were some exciting things happening in Salem at the time, and we dealt with it and made it through. But first, I want to congratulate Commissioner Thomas and Commissioner French on dedicating their time to this really important commission. And again, I've been there and done it, but I'll guarantee you in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you'll miss it a lot. So again, congratulations. Well, a little of my history is I've been in the Salem area for quite a while. In fact, I think I was on the welcoming team when Jason Lee came to town. So it was, it's been, I started working in downtown Salem in 1970. I worked at a music store. I managed the guitar department at Will's Music that was on State Street. So I've seen a lot of Salem history. Saw Salem when there really was no Lancaster malls. There was very little suburbs outside of the historic suburbs that we have today. So my interest in Salem history started quite a while ago. Went to University of Oregon, studied architecture, practiced architecture for over 35 years here in Salem. Had the opportunity to work on several projects here in town. Starting with the carousel, I was the manager on that project. The Elsinore Theater, the 3-year renovation of that project, I was the project manager and designer on that. Worked on the Wild Pear building, the Roth McGilchrist building in downtown Salem, the State Capitol building, Waller Hall and Smullen Hall on Willamette University campus. So again, historic buildings and the history involved with them has been really important in my life. And I'm just really glad that I'm able to come back and help out on the commission and get inspired all over again.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Welcome, David. Exciting for you to officially join.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then we also have Juliana joining us. We all probably recognize Juliana from the amazing work she did on our preservation plan update, leading the charge on that, including pivoting to all digital in the process. So Juliana, welcome. And I'll let you introduce yourself if you'd like.
Thank you. Well, I must be older than David Holton because I've got about 50 years experience now. I am a graduate of North Carolina State University in architecture, and I have practiced in North Carolina, in Arkansas, and California, and lived in Napa, California for almost 30 years. I'm a relatively recent resident of Salem, moved here in 2017 when I retired from public life. So I've had many decades of experience in historic preservation as an advocate, as a president of a nonprofit preservation organization, commissioner in other cities, neighborhood representative, just many different positions, elected official in Napa, served on multiple commissions over the years, and my professional experience is primarily in historic buildings, historic properties. I spent the first 3 years after architecture school working in construction and became a construction superintendent. So I worked on the North Carolina Governor's Mansion and the second oldest building at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Did a rehab on a Beaux-Arts medical school building at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and worked on National Register buildings and districts in Arkansas and in a number of locations in California. I also did a lot of discretionary permitting in California, which is quite a minefield. And one of the things that has to be addressed in many cases is historic resources. So anyway, I just have I've had a vocation as an historic architect and an avocation because I've spent most of my free time working on historic buildings and advocacy. I'm also a gardener, and that is what brought my husband and I first to the Willamette Valley many years ago, and we've developed long-term relationships with different growers in the area. So we have gardens here. So that's kind of my background. I do like to jump in and help, and I have a particular interest in seeing seismic retrofitting done for both commercial and residential structures due to our vulnerability with the great Cascadia quake that's going to happen.
Well, welcome, Juliana. That's so great. I love this. We've got some East Coast and some West Coast experience. Lots lots of variety. So this is wonderful. Welcome to you both. I'm really excited. Hopefully we get some challenging, but not too challenging of reviews for you guys to weigh in on. So welcome and congratulations. I think that's all we have for the meeting tonight, minus that a little birdie did tell me that Commissioner Thomas actually was appointed to the TOT on Monday. So you're already a member, Commissioner Thomas. Congratulations. Hopefully you'll get the official word soon. So congratulations. Awesome. Are there any other items to discuss?
Not really discussion, but just a heads up. I think next month's meeting is going to be a little lengthy, so you may want to grab some water, plan a bathroom break. We'll have a lot on next month's agenda.
Yeah, we've saved all the public hearings for your first meeting, Juliana and David. We've got 3 public hearings plus a number of action items. So yay!
Spoke too soon about it being easy.
We'll also be voting on chair and vice chair for next year.
Perfect. And Commissioner Ponce.
A quick question. In our last meeting, we talked over the properties there downtown, and we had recommended that letters be drafted to the urban development.
Oh, yes.
Just wondering if those letters got drafted, and if so, it would be possible to route those.
Oh, yes, sure. We can send you copies. I apologize if we didn't think to do that. We can certainly, Zach and I will work and make sure that you get those. And I can also give you a short update if you wanted it. So the Urban Development Department has agreed to complete the recommended work that you guys discussed. Was it in October? I think it was. Mm-hmm. Yes. So they are in the process of hiring a historic preservation consultant to do what's called an intensive level survey, which I shouldn't use that acronym, to do the kind of research that I think would help determine what features are significant and do what's called a determination of eligibility to make sure that it's clear what could then be salvaged out of the building. So it's a requirement, as I think we talked about last time, under state law. So they're moving ahead to do what they're supposed to do. That's the short answer. And once they've completed that work, they're gonna send someone back to our commission to give an update and a report and provide a recommended salvage plan, including proposed storage location and that sort of thing. So it won't be the last time you'll see this, but Jamie won't be. You'll have to come to that one, Jamie. Oh, my dog is sneezing. Anyway, yeah, that's the short update. Good question, Steve.
Perfect, thank you. Any other items? All right, hearing nothing else, what do I say? We will adjourn.
You adjourn. Well, thank you, Tracy.